feeling a bit hammered? Needing a little quiet time? Bam! If you're feeling a bit run over, no end in sight, stick around. This spa's got it just right.
By the foot, by the yard, we're coming to you. Yeah, we're making it all right. Dirty hands, dirty plans, dirty business.
Kevin and Jessica,
Hey.
how are you? James Dale. Thanks for the call, Kevin. Pleasure.
I would describe our backyard just basically as a big open space. There's nothing in it right now, so it's a blank canvas.
So this is a great property. I mean, it's a large corner lot, and you're sharing the side with the back. So what is it that you're looking for in the garden?
We're looking for something kind of boutique hotel type thing. Maybe a little spa, clean lines, that type of stuff.
Fireplace.
Interesting. Fireplace. We have a lot of clients that they go somewhere and they see something spectacular, so they want to repeat it in the backyard. So I'm getting a sense of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the deck. So are you attached to this at all?
Absolutely not.
So we can detach it from the
You
from
can
the
do
house?
whatever you want with it.
It's incredible that you've got such a beautiful home, and this property is just waiting to be used. So we'll create another outdoor room for you, and we should get started on that. So I've got to get here with Lauren right away. We've got to measure and take all the grades and put them on the drawing so we know exactly how many stairs are going to go in and where the water's going to go.
On the wish list is a hot tub, so privacy is going to become really important, because I wouldn't want to get in my BVDs and get in that hot tub with all these houses looking at me.
You
so.
sure you wouldn't?
Well, this is steep, isn't
This
it?
grade is steep.
Oh, you can see over here there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, this is really strange. I mean, the side yard here to the neighbor to the north is elevated 3 feet.
It's almost like they dammed the whole backyard. I mean, the neighbors have done it by building up,
Yeah.
but the builder's done it by building this hump and also a hump over there.
We got a lot of measuring to do, but I'm so happy there's not a lot of trees in our way.
Yeah, this should be pretty
Yeah,
quick.
It'll be pretty quick.
All right, that's good.
This is going to be a huge logistical challenge. To make it right, we've got to be precise.
Oh, I think I just broke it, Lauren. It's okay, it's just the bottom part. It's my abuse of nature. Okay, Lauren, 86.25, 58
Okay.
to 88.
Okay, that's 88 and 1 cartwheel. For Lauren, it's something verging on scary. Better check in with the boys to hash out a direction.
Kevin and Jessica.
Kevin and Jessica. They don't want a regular hot tub you buy at the store, those 8x8 things you plunk in. They want a custom designed, poured.
Whenever you pour a concrete tub, it gives us a lot more flexibility in design.
Does it ever? I'm gonna have a hot tub in it when it's done.
Maybe they'll invite us over. These are classic infill housings. They sit rather high. They're about 3 floors high and fairly small gardens for the size of the house.
I think mature trees are really going to be important to
Yeah.
tone down the scale of the house.
And I think that one of the things here that could be working to our advantage is that because it's a corner property and it widens at the back here, we can take advantage of this side of the property right now.
Where I'm with Lauren Hancock, senior designer, Dirty Business. We gotta save money on each individual item because they all add up in the end, right?
The water sits in that area here, so we have to provide some sort of a French drain. Maybe you want to explain what a French drain is?
Yeah, it was invented by this guy named Henry French, actually, in Massachusetts. And they're very simple, underground, full of gravel. What'll happen is it creates a fake low point where all the water is gonna rush into and keep the top dry. So that's a really
And it
simple...
drains on site.
That's
rather
right.
than drains off site.
And that's a good point.
Which is illegal anyway to do.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to Wikipedia this tonight.
Go ahead.
But it sounds fascinating.
go for it. This has been James Dale with Lauren Hancock for Dirty Business Television. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.
Have a great night.
I don't think he's watching. Maybe I do.
Kevin and Jessica are a with-it couple. Along with their amazing spa, we're including some green space, should there be kids in the not-too-distant future. My guess is it's sooner rather than later.
I'm really, really excited to show you what we've come up with. So right away, we're gonna be taking the deck off, as I was talking about. We're gonna be putting in a new one, but with some stairs and some glass railings. It's gonna be a concrete poured spa. And then you're gonna be invited down a couple stairs to the main patio area. And then you're gonna have a storage shed on focal at the back. And then you've got this long alley of grass here. So then visually, this will connect through a set of steps. Is there anything that you see that doesn't sit right with you?
This is perfect for us and what we want to do, and kind of seems like it's a great compromise for everything.
Very good.
I liked where he put the spa because, when you look at the kitchen, you can see the spa and it looks really pretty. And then he used the, I guess, the shed area as a focal point at the other end. So it finishes off really nicely. You achieve that sort of outside room kind of look.
This is gonna be the main room of the house.
Okay then, let's get this party started. Remember those French drains? They're going in at the lowest level of the grade. Excess water will flow in, keeping it on the property. That's a good thing. To allow more room for another French drain in the corner, I've designed it on a slight angle. The tiny deck is saying bye-bye. This is gonna be spectacular. A strong foundation and proper drainage prevents many headaches. We only want water in the bubbling spa. Oh, and speaking of bubbling, Kevin came home, looked out the window, he sees this big post in front of his window. Well, that's, you know, it's gonna set off an alarm if you're the homeowner. The owners of this very empty space have a very long list.
Spa,
Massive list.
deck,
Shed,
lounge,
retaining.
fireplace, privacy screens.
To make this spa spectacular, it's sink or swim.
The backyard's a bit of a pit. So right away I'm trying to figure out where's the water going.
French drains are taking care of that. And we're digging the in-ground spa. Here's the 101 on concrete. It's big on compression, short on tension. This means it needs reinforcing bar or rebar to bear the constant pressure of the water. That and tons of belly flops. That's my wish for Kevin and Jessica. To choose the best options for this custom spa, I'm gonna get some custom advice.
If you can see in the back corner here, we're thinking about this little 10 by 10 spa. I want to do probably a black sort of tiling around the perimeter of the pool. What type of finishes are available for this this tub?
I think primarily you're going to look at a waterline tile with the rest being plaster. We use Armor Coat, different colors of that, and then a very upgraded type finish would be to actually tile the whole inside. I think those are the main two finishes that you would want to look at here.
Beautiful. Mark, I was thinking we put the equipment right here on the corner. What do you think about that?
The heater has to be a minimum of 10 feet off of any opening into the house, any opening windows, any vents.
That's a big deal because I guess you're talking about carbon monoxide, right?
It is,
I think down here would be more appropriate, sort of down in the corner. It's because it's going to be out of view of the main garden area, and they're kind of loud too, so that's another thing to consider. Yeah. Well, that's great, Mark. You know what? I am looking so forward to having this thing put in.
A good fence has got to be secure as well as give privacy. We're starting with tall posts so they can be later trimmed to height.
The client thought the top of that post was the top of the island, so he's freaking out.
This happens all the time when posts are installed. Clients phone, they panic a little bit, but I call it post-traumatic stress disorder because they're just seeing the backbone of the posts going in and they don't know what the finished product's gonna look like necessarily.
In order to put posts in the ground, you gotta dig 4 feet down below frost. You have to put this big post up. We've bought extra sized posts. So right away, they're standing, it looks like 12 feet in the air. That's because we've got to set our line and then cut them all at the end. The construction crew and my kids have one thing in common. They love playing in the mud. Despite the mess, the crew is breaking speed records on the fence. And a huge fence it is. The perfect backdrop for a step cedar deck. Lots of hardscaping going in. We've got to start thinking about softening it up with just the right plant mix.
So we have to pick this one.
Yeah.
What do you think that should be?
Well, it's going to be columnar. It's going to be something that grows together over time.
It might be nice to go with the columnar crab. I know we use them often. If we use the Siberian crab apple with the little orange berries. Maybe we should do something that provides year-round interest, so in the winter.
Euonymus coloratus.
Excellent choice. The Euonymus coloratus will provide a beautiful winter interest. It turns that beautiful plum color when it's colder.
Oh, I love that aspect.
Grasses and water mix beautifully together. There's one plant that I really love. I think it's a Calamagrostis brachytricha, which is autumn feather reed grass.
You're speaking German right now?
Latin.
I think that's a good call. I think it's going to be nice, light, wavy when the wind blows. It's going to get us looking from a mud pit to a garden.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Back on site, the fence posts have been trimmed to their proper height. And now open the view from the kitchen window.
We had, at one point, a big fence post in the middle of our kitchen window. You know, a quick panic call to James and stuff like that and asked him what's going on, and he kind of had one of the guys basically just pencil in where I was gonna go. I felt like an idiot after the fact, but there was basically a pencil line on it saying fence post stops here. And then it's below the kitchen window, so it doesn't show up. But, you know, the initial shock value of having this big post in the middle of the kitchen window kind of screwed us up.
So everything's working out well at this job.
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's been a really good job. The good clients.
There's quite a bit of wood there.
There is.
So I'm just concerned that, and it's all the same color, so it looks a little bit monotone, that maybe we should perhaps stain either the arbor or the lower wall, just to make it...
Does it look heavy?
Well, it just looks like there's a lot of wood.
It does look like an ad for a
'Cause I know-
cedar company. I know what you're
Right.
talking about, I was there.
But that's my only concern, otherwise I think it's gonna look great.
Next, we're adding some stunning detail to the arbors.
I'm making a box to hold all the lateral cedar. Stuff that runs horizontally along the top there, they have to be framed because full lengths will sag, will eventually bend. So these will support the weight.
With everything so right, how could it go so wrong? 4 words: large tractor, small hole.
The landscapers come in here, right, and one of their machines broke down, the one behind you there. So we haven't been able to remove this, and I'm not sure the owner's going to be too happy.
Ever try to unstick a stuck bobcat? It's not easy.
We managed to get rid of the bobcat finally. They came and fixed it last week, got it out of here, so we can actually set up our gear now and get some work done. It's good.
So the spa's moving along at a nice clip, and we're roughing in the outdoor fireplace.
We're gonna bury this gas line today, eventually when they move their workbench. As I just figured out, it's a little short. So I guess I'll be giving Jay a call and see what he wants to do about that.
The backyard right now really looks like a pile of dirt. Sorry, James, but yeah, just wood and dirt, and we do have hope that it'll come to fruition sometime in the near future, so hopefully for the baby.
The crews are in overdrive while Kennedy and I visit our kind of nursery for the plants. Japanese maple, buddy.
Look at this, is totally different leaf.
It is, yeah. First of all, I didn't want to use a red leaf, meaning a bloodgood maple or a crimson king, which are the red species. This goes with any red brick home or pinky brick home. You know, these are focal trees, so you want them, you know, placed in an area where you can see them. So you put this in front of a red wall, it's lost. I wanted to use something that's more vibrant and light against the brick, and a full moon maple, I think, is just gorgeous, man. And actually more of a focal point. Look at how beautiful the structure of this one is. One more I'm looking for, and it's one we spec'd for, again, a great filler plant, and I think here it is right here. It's a white flower, Spirea snow mound. Looks like a snowman. Dust this snow off here. Oh, it's not a snow, it's a flower. Anyway, this is why I like this. I mean, it's a real surefire shrub, a great filler, great color.
Hardy.
Hardy is.
All the spireas are really hardy.
Yeah, that's right. Back at Kevin and Jessica's, these long pipes will keep the pool machinery as far as possible from the spa and the house. 3 pumps are needed. 1 circulates the water and the chemicals. 2 are high-pressure booster pumps for the jets. Each jet line also has an air line to create the bubbles that feel so good. The deck and the spa are coming together. Even the fireplace is cooking with gas.
Yeah, I came through there pretty good. You put a perfect extension on there. You guys are gonna be here the next day, hooking up the fireplace.
This baby better light my fire.
Right there is perfect.
Okay, who are the dudes with the cool shoes, and where can I get some? Do some damage. These guys are troweling on Marbleite, a mixture of cement and marble dust for a smooth, non-slip finish over a slippery concrete base. Don't forget, you're sitting on this stuff.
As you can see, it's hardening as we trowel, so you have to move quick. You notice the shoes, we're wearing spike shoes here. Basically, the shoes have 4 spikes in the bottom of them. Note the floor, all full of spike holes. The floor's still wet, so what we do is we just keep passing it to close up the spike holes. As it hardens and we can't close them anymore, okay, we put on these sponge shoes here, basically. So we walk on the surface and we pull back the cream as it goes along, and we basically hop out with these. If you're wondering how we actually get out of here when it's all said and done.
Okay, who ordered the salad? This is like an amusement park for trees. Yeehaw! As the plants arrive and the soil is blown in place, we're a twirl or 2 away from the finishing touches.
This plant creates a really cool mood.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it. And that's why
There's nothing bashful about yucca.
No, it brings memories of the tropics or further down south.
So I notice there are hornbeams now here, James, and not columnar crab. Is there a reason why it was changed?
The columnar crabs are all hit by disease, so we don't want them at all in the neighborhood. Actually, I sourced these, and the grower gave me them for the same price, and they're actually far better than what was spec'd here. I love the density of them.
Me too. James, this isn't the golden full moon maple.
We got a full moon maple. It was crated. It was worth probably about $3 grand.
Oh, I
so
see.
it wasn't what we spec'd here. This planting plan is not a mature planting plan. It will grow in. So actually, we found a beautiful heart of gold Cercis canadensis, or otherwise known as the red bud.
Right, of course.
This is not acceptable for the entrance to the
The
garden.
drainage is working perfectly.
The water feature was supposed to be over there. We got a design room for pool equipment. Look at the size of this pad for just a little spa.
I know, it used to be 3 by 6, I thought,
Holy
but this is like,
Bro!
or maybe this is, no, it's about 3 by 8.
The pool guys should get together with the plumbers and figure out an aesthetic way of doing this. It's a building code thing. So we moved the equipment over here, and here's where you see it. And do you ever see it? This is a change order thing, so we'll have to tell them we have to add some plants too, because we had to move the pool equipment.
Right.
We'll have to add some more plants here.
The spa equipment is a total eyesore.
We can try to cleverly disguise it with plant material. Besides this, something a little bit higher, I think. I think we should use these Diablo 9 barks, put them in front of the pool equipment. I think that would work really well.
I mean, these things get large, so.
Look at the contrast between these two, and these are next door. Look at that. Beautiful.
Too bad we can't box this in. If we did, you'd never get through the gate.
La cucaracha.
All right, less dancing. Today is all about new. New sod. New spa. And inventive ways to paint without serious drips.
It's very easy. It's like circus. It's a good idea.
If this guy falls, at least he'll be refreshed. Meanwhile, section by section, this shed's going up. This slick space needs even slicker furniture. It's got to be durable and placed just right.
Stainless steel, is that what that is?
This is stainless steel, and you know, outdoor furniture has really come a long way because your options about 10, 15 years ago were like plastic stacking chairs. And here we are using stainless steel. This came on the scene about 4 or 5 years ago, and the oxygen in the air creates a film on this chair that will keep it from corroding. So this can stay outside. Winter, summer, it's perfect.
Andrew, this piece is phenomenal. What is it?
This was originally designed for hospitality environments, you know, like creating sort of chill pods around the pool.
It really does make this space here.
All right.
Voila. It's perfect.
A few more little details, and we're ready.
Wait for the gem. Wait for the gem, man.
Love it.
Wow.
Beautiful. Oh, this garden is an absolute hit.
This is the nicest one ever.
That's it, eh? It feels like you're in Miami or Bali. As soon as you step outside the door, voila, you are taken right away from the area. You know, Kevin and Jessica had a real nice experience in Miami, and they said, we really want that here. And I hope that we brought that to them. It kind of feels like that.
I think it was as much about mood as it was about design. We were trying to create a mood of a modern resort.
Our backyard wasn't even really a backyard for us. There was no space that was usable. We never went out in the backyard ever. So, I mean, now we have all this usable space, and it's fabulous.
The beautiful thing about this garden is that there's a lot of different areas that you can be entertained in. The spa, I mean, it can hold probably about 12 people. You've got a dining area in front of a fireplace that you can enjoy on cool summer evenings or even into the fall. A deck that you can have breakfast on. An area that the future children can play on, and a little storage area. So the garden has a lot of different components that are united together as one.
There must be a trust relationship with presenting designs like this to a client, because you're looking at proposing a double wall, and the double wall, I think, is what gives this place the atmosphere.
Literally, you have built an outdoor room, the walls and everything.
It opens up another room for us, basically.
Yeah, now that the backyard's done, I think we're really looking forward to entertaining back there. The lounge area is fantastic for some great cocktail parties.
The spa, one thing, you know, it is state-of-the-art. It's a swimming pool. The stairs are so inviting. It's almost a Romanesque feel, like Caecilius' home.
And then Jessica was able to find that fireplace, and it's gorgeous.
It's not on right now because it's so hot, but you imagine sitting here on a cool fall evening or a summer evening. I mean, this summer's been quite cool, so.
But it looks beautiful even now with it. It's a really beautiful architectural piece without it even running.
I love how you guys have wedged these form beams in between the two fencing. Details like this, the trees instantly become this kind of piece of art.
There's no way I would have thought that this is the final product. And obviously it turned out to be a fantastic finish.
The fact of this garden is that the furniture has brought it together. It's robust and it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you get what you pay for. I mean, up front, if you pay a little more, I know it's harder to sell sometimes, but it's going to last longer.
There's no reason for them to be inside their house. It's all out here.
There's no reason for them to leave and go on a vacation anymore.
We kind of wanted something that had the wow factor, but didn't require the maintenance to get there. And that's kind of, I think that's what we got.
We've created an outdoor spa that sort of takes a boutique hotel and puts it in your own backyard. Before they get home, man, I'm going over here to check
Let's check it out.
He's derobing.
But this time I wore a little bit of a bathing suit. I just wanted to experience this as one.
No way. We lost James.
All right. Well,
Thank God that happened.
Still.
What are you guys doing? Get out of my backyard.